Hello. We often think of silence as nothingness, a gap, an absence, a pause waiting to be filled. But what if silence itself speaks? What if the quiet between words is a language of its own? This is when silence speaks louder. Welcome to the semiotics of silence. According to the Oxford Dictionary, silence is the complete absence of sound. A simple phrase, yet impossible to experience fully. For the human ear, silence doesn't truly exist, as it can only capture frequencies between 20 Hz and 20 kHz. Frequencies above 20 kHz are called ultrasounds. Humans cannot perceive them as sound, although some animals, like dogs, bats, and dolphins, can. So the irony is this: even the loudest noise that exceeds our audible range, we call it silence. Imagine even in a quiet room where there is an ant walking, as quiet as a mouse, there's no true silence. We hear our breathing, or the hum of the electricity and the fridge, the pulse of our heartbeat. There's no room for nothingness in our cosmos. It is just that we see what we were meant to see, and it is that just we hear what we were meant to hear. In semiotics, the study of signs, meaning is everywhere. Gesture, color, sound, cinematography, mise en scène, the narrative. Even the lack of sound itself is significant. Silence is never neutral. It carries weight, emotion, and intent. On the one hand, meaning arises not from the sound, but from its sudden absence and disappearance. Imagine the stillness after an argument. No words, yet the air vibrates with meaning. Anger, distance, regret, etc. In these moments, silence doesn't hide meaning. It is the meaning itself. As a matter of fact, and from a structuralistic view, silence gives voice and other sounds their significance through a system of binary oppositions, according to Ferdinand de Saussure. To put it simply, sound is sound because it's not silence. In classical film, for example, sound gains meaning when contrasted with the silence, and vice versa. Think of the iconic scene from Superman in 1978, where Superman screams in anguish after Lois Jane's tragic death. The scream gains its power because it breaks silence. Meanwhile, silence before the scream carries meaning of vulnerability, helplessness, via its contrast with sound. On the other hand, silence can also reveal power or its loss. It can signal submission when voices are silent, or resistance when one refuses to speak. In Martha Rosler's Semiotics of the Kitchen, Rosler performs a near silence. Her refusal to speak is an act of defiance and resistance. a protest against the language that once confined her, the language that symbolizes the law of the father, as Chuck Lacan prefers to name it. As for Roland Barthes, silence in film isn't just a pause. It is a space. It is a space for layers of meaning, where the audience becomes creative in cracking and constructing meanings, or layers of meaning. Take Antonioni, for example, in his L'Avventura. Long, quiet pauses stretch between characters and landscapes. Silence here does not fill space, it's created. Silence here is ambiguity, emotional void, a reflection of alienation and existential uncertainty, where words have lost their meaning.
Come va? Si sente meglio?
Mi scusi per ieri sera.
Lei vuole molto bene ad Anna.
Sì, molto.
Le ha mai parlato di me?
Poche volte, ma sempre con tenerezza.
Questo mi pare un buon segno. Non crede lei? Io penso che chi legge la Bibbia non può aver commesso un gesto inconsulto, perché significa che crede in Dio, quindi escluderei senz'altro l'ipotesi del suicidio, no?
This pointless of words is not just expressed through silence, but it is even explicitly alluded through the words themselves. Take a look at these scenes.
Ma perché star qui a discutere, a parlare? Le parole, credi a me, Anna, servono sempre meno. Confondono. Io ti voglio bene, non ti basta?
No, non mi basta. Cambia il tempo.
Ti prego, cara Giulia, non essere sempre così didascalica. Lo vedo da me.
We can therefore conclude that Antonioni uses silence as a kind of elocutionary act and modality, rather than silence. So, what is silence really? It is not nothingness. It's potential, a sign pointing beyond words, connotating fear, love, solitude, and alienation or power. Silence can appease or accuse. It can protect or protest. The next time you watch a film, listen to its quiet moments. Ask yourself, what is this silence saying? Because in semiotics, meaning never disappears. It only takes different faces and different frequencies. And sometimes, when words fail, silence speaks louder.